Good morning and welcome to the Great Journey podcast. This is Caitlin Clary from Shotokan Karate Leadership School. We're sitting here with 8th degree black belt Sensei Callahan, who is going to talk to us about the difference between being disappointed and discouraged. One is good and one is not. Can you share us with that? Share that with
Sure.
us?
Yep. So this to be disappointed means is a feeling that you have that when you don't get something.
Mm.
And there's nothing wrong with that feeling. You know, if you don't get to go to the movies when you want to go to the movies, you might be disappointed.
Right.
Or if you go to look into the refrigerator, the freezer, and
There's no ice cream.
all the ice cream is gone because your brother got there first,
Right. Mm-hmm.
you can be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not okay to become discouraged.
Yeah.
Now, either of those two situations are not something where you would where discouragement would be stimulated.
Mm-hmm.
But let me just talk a little bit more about that.
Sure.
So courage means strength of mind in face of danger.
Mm-hmm.
And the prefix dis means to be apart
Mm-hmm.
from that.
Right.
And we see that in lots of English language words like disease, for
Mm-hmm.
example, to be apart from disease or to ease,
Mm-hmm.
or to lack ease. So you're
Mm-hmm.
not feeling good, you're feeling bad. You've got
Right.
some disease. Or distance, to be apart from something.
Mm-hmm.
What's another one? Disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Disorder. So instead of things being orderly, it's chaotic.
Yes. Discontentment.
Discontentment
Yep.
is another one. So you're not, instead of being content, you lack contentment.
Yeah.
And so discouragement means to be separated from your courage.
Right.
And the thing about courage is that courage is the number one character trait. If you lack courage, then it's quite possible that all the other good character traits that are out there, like humility and trust and self-control and all those other
Mm-hmm.
ones, you're if you lack courage, then those other character traits are going to be weak or lacking or
Okay.
missing as well.
Right.
So courage has to be there first.
Okay.
And so um, um, it's if you allow yourself to feel discouraged or go into a state of discouragement
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't get what you want, essentially what's happening is you've lost your courage.
Right.
You've lost your courage to go forward.
Okay.
And there's no way that you can succeed at anything if you allow yourself to become discouraged.
Right.
It's okay to be disappointed, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not to be discouraged.
Yeah.
And so we have an exam coming up,
Yes.
and this is timely, and it's something that I've been repeating to the students
Mm-hmm.
for the last several exams,
Mm-hmm.
is that if you don't get what you wanted, so you set a goal and you want to achieve this goal at this exam. If you don't get it, it's okay if you're disappointed,
Right.
but it's not okay to be discouraged.
Right.
So you have to control that, and you have to be on the lookout for that,
Yeah.
because that's the lack of your courage, and that can really start to create problems for you in
It'll
life.
plant a negative seed. Yeah, and I mean, I think that definitely ties into everything with the pandemic right now.
Hmm.
We are definitely disappointed with the way many things
Yeah.
have played out, but to
Yep.
be discouraged and
Yep.
you're giving up hope
Yep.
and all of that, we can't mentally go there, and the kids can't mentally go there because that just will end up bogging them down,
Yep. Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, okay, so there must have been a time in your life when you were disappointed, but that motivated you to work harder. Could you share with us a story so we know that you're not the all hail sensei and 8th degree black belt?
Yeah, it didn't just fall in my lap.
No,
No.
it didn't. Okay.
No. Well, the story that I like to tell the students is when I was preparing to take my brown belt test.
Okay.
Back in those days, the tests were given every 3 months. We give them now in our school every 2 months.
Okay.
But when the test was coming up, I made the decision that the 2 weeks before the exam, I would practice 6 days a week for an hour and a half a day. And I was going to come to class 4 days a week because the classes were an hour and a half.
Right.
And then I was going to practice on my own for an hour and a half.
Okay.
And I did that.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did that and I failed.
Okay.
So I had to wait. I had to wait another 3 months. And when I was approaching the next exam, I said, Well, this time, the 4 weeks before the exam, I
Mhm.
would practice 6 days a week, an hour and a half a day, coming to the dojo 4 times a week,
Mhm.
and training on my own for the other 2 days a week.
Mhm.
I did that and promptly took the exam and
Yes.
failed again
Twice.
twice.
Failed twice.
Yep.
Okay. So
And
even he failed.
yes, yes. And then the next exam, 3 months later, I said, okay, from now on, the 6 weeks before the exam, I would train hour and a half a day, 6 days a week, 4 days in the dojo, 2 days on my own. I did that and I finally passed the exam.
That's amazing. That must have felt amazing.
It was,
Yeah.
and it did.
Good.
And then at that point, I said, just to heck with it. From now on, I'm just going to train every day.
Okay.
And it was that failure that spurred me on, that made me more and more determined to succeed.
Okay.
And what I realized from that is often when you approach a goal
Yes.
that you think that it's going to take this certain amount of effort,
Mhm.
and that's all it'll take, and you'll be able to do it.
Right.
But then it turns out that it doesn't.
Yeah.
It takes you
More than you think.
much more than you thought.
Okay.
And so you have to because you set it as a goal,
Mhm.
you can't give up.
Right.
You keep working at it until you actually accomplish your goal.
Right.
And if you do that, and you develop that habit of doing that, number one, you'll be very careful about the goals that you set.
That's true.
Because you know it's going to be right.
Yes.
And number two is you will not give up on those goals.
Right. Right. So I know my 3 kids train here, so I know that you're very encouraging to the kids and you give good constructive criticism and you're very positive with them. When you were going through your exams and failing, was your sensei big motivator for you, or was this all self-directed?
Well, I would have to say, I don't think, first of all, my sensei, I don't think he even knew my name
Okay. Was it the big school?
before I was a brown belt.
Okay.
Well, he had lots of students and
Okay.
whatever, and I was just some peon.
Okay.
He doesn't even remember me before I was a brown belt.
Okay.
So he never really talked to me about it, but the
Okay.
classes were just so, and practicing the art
Yeah.
was just so motivating by itself.
Mhm.
I didn't need him to come and talk to me
Right.
because from the first day I walked into the dojo, I knew this was something that I wanted to do
Okay.
and that I wasn't going to be let down.
No.
Afterwards, once he got to know me,
Yes.
then yes, he became very much a
Instrumental.
motivator.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
Okay, so like you said, our students have their own performance exam coming up.
Yeah.
Are there any final words of encouragement you'd like to give to them so that they can be prepared for whatever comes their way, whether pass or try again?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that encouragement would be don't give up.
Yeah.
If you set a goal for yourself, you owe it to yourself to continue on, no matter how hard it gets,
Mhm.
to accomplish that goal.
Yeah.
You don't owe it to anybody else. You owe it to yourself.
Mhm.
And not doing that will undermine, it can put you in a situation where it undermines any future success that you have for yourself.
Okay.
Because the back of your mind you'll say, okay, I want to go to college and I want to be an engineer,
Mhm.
or a doctor, or maybe I want to go to trade school and become an auto mechanic like
Yes.
Roger is.
Right. My husband. And Chase is talking about being a firefighter now.
Okay, you want to do firefighter. And then, but in the back of your mind, you go, and if I don't do it, there's this little voice.
Right.
If I don't do it, I can always quit.
Right.
I can always quit.
Yes.
I don't have to do it. I
Yes.
can always quit.
Yes. And that's not healthy.
You don't want that voice.
Right.
You want to stop that voice,
Yeah.
is what you want to do. Get it out.
Yes.
So there's only one choice you have, and that choice is to succeed.
Yeah.
And you're just going to keep at it until you do it.
Yeah. Great. All right. Well, that's great encouragement. It's great encouragement for me in my daily life, just
Uh-huh.
waking up and conquering the day.
Uh-huh.
But good luck to our students coming up. Oh, how many days left until the exam?
Well,
that correct?
right now we have, no, that should be 14 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
14 days.
So
So
we
we
got
got a
2
couple
weeks.
weeks left. So we'll definitely be talking about that when the exam is over. And thank you for listening today. We hope you have a great day. Next
right.
time on the Great Journey podcast.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you then.